Okay, I think people should see us, people should hear us. Everyone, give me some voice, please.
Hello? Hello,
Hello.
Pathfinders.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
hi. Uh, Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, sounds seems fine. Nice. I did it from the first time, and this is something that never happened before. I always screwed up in some way in our previous streams. But okay, let us begin. Let's begin from with the theme of our stream today. We will talk about creation of DLCs. This is the people who were responsible for the second and the third DLC. Mostly we will talk about second DLC today. But if you have some questions about second DLC, you can ask it too. No problems at all. But main focus of this stream will be game design, level design, creation of the DLC. If you have some questions about narrative, about story, about plot, something about that, please be patient. Sometime this month we will make another stream with the narrative lead of the all DLCs, second, first, third, and we will write a lot of DLCs in the future. And we will discuss the narrative of those DLCs on next stream. But right now we're talking about technical side of things. Technical design side of things, and so on and so on. So yeah, keep your horses. For now, happy birthday, Ross. Thank you. Let me introduce our guests. So, a lot of you know who was the creative director of the main game of the Rust Righteous, Alexander Mishulin. You can find stream with him on our YouTube channel. I streamed with him like earlier this year. But for the DLC, we created a whole new team with people who as talented as our core team, because our core team, our first team, went to do other projects like Rogue Trader. But so these people who are responsible for all of our new DLCs. Let me start with Ilya Kiselov, who is a creative director of DLC team. Andrei Sherkunov. Correct me if I pronounce your name wrong. I'm sorry. He's a lead game designer, and Dmitry Nedostup, right? This is, if you know Russian, this is the funniest surname you. I'm sorry if I'm making fun of you because of that, but it's really funny. Okay. He's a lead level designer of DLC team. This is like three main voices, three main violins in creating of the DLCs. Of course, the team is much better than just three people, but not people who are responsible for main things in the DLC. So, happy birthday, hey, hi all, yeah, it's nice to see some old faces who remembered that we can stream from time to time, because we like took a big part in this, and some new faces. It's also cool for everyone who thinks that, oh, I can be here only like for a hot minute, or maybe some like 5 minutes or 10, and but I need to leave and I will maybe miss something. Don't worry, we are recording this, so the stream will be on our YouTube sometime next week. So if you miss something or you need to go to bed, don't worry, you can catch up. Guys, you're looking awesome. Glad to see you from Jade Sotnik. Cheers to all of you. Okay, maybe some introduction words are over, and I don't think that we need to wait for another 10, 5, 15 minutes to begin. So the main thing that we'll discuss and talk about today, it's every single one of our guests prepared some materials for you to see. Presentations mostly. PowerPoint is our friend, and we will show it to you one by one. You can ask questions during those presentations. We will not answer them right away, but don't worry, I'm reading the chat. I will catch anything that you ask us, and ask maybe after the presentation, just to not break the flow of the character person who talk at the moment. Okay, we are good. Nice. Let me start with the first presentation. I think yes. Give me a sec. One sec. Yep. So, Ilya, you are going first. Wave me a hand, like, give me a sign that you're alive. Ilya?
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, yes.
So, let us begin. You can start.
Yes. I start presentation. Yes.
Yep, you do.
Oh, nice. Okay. Too quickly. Okay. I'm sorry for the quality. Hi everyone. Great to be here. Today we are gonna tell you about our DLC. Not a boring way, maybe. We prepared, and to make it interesting for you, we are gonna show you some pictures you can see now. And let's discuss the process of making the last DLC. That was really difficult and interesting. I can say which was more. As you may know, this DLC is a successor of Pathfinder Beneath the Stonelands. I hope that any of you have played the DLC of Pathfinder Kingmaker. Let's start our presentation now and show picture. Okay, what I can say and what I want to say, diversity and variety, that's what we had to create. And not to destroy the balance. That was the most difficult task, yes, balance. To be honest, at some moment we have destroyed it, of course. Okay, first you can see first slide. Now you can see some of rigs which we created. Surely they did not get to the release, but they definitely beat the shit out of us. Alexander, next slide, please. Yes, and what I want to say, yes, I know some people are nagging us for bad balance. But believe me, we really pay a lot of attention to balance. And be sure we hear you. Next slide, please. It's their crash. One, two, three, four, too many. Yes, next slide. And here the crash too. It seems that one moment our AI started trolling us. Next slide. It's a golem party. I repeat, we have fixed it before the release. Really, maybe. I won't believe this.
Let us
And
hope.
next slide. And here you can see how the War of the Summoners crushed our PC. And to next slides, just lots of dragons. Okay, to bring our ambitious ideas to life, we needed some insane place. And by all means, that was the Abyss. What do we know about the Abyss? We know it is always night there. Okay, in the Abyss there are lots of demons, too many demons. And the Abyss gave us more freedom to create. What happens in the Abyss, stay in the Abyss. Maybe the answer is that our narrative designer likes the Abyss. Okay, I think we all like the Abyss. By the way, and next problem, the night in the Abyss. the Knight in the Abyss was a real problem. Who likes playing the Knight? Put plus in the chat. I don't. But it's always Knight in the Abyss. It has become a real challenge for our level artists and tech designers. Next slide, please.
Already on. Already on. I put the slide with the light on the stream. Or you need another one?
What? Sorry.
Slide with the light is already on.
Yes, slide with the light. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, good. You can see an example of using the lighting. We have changed the lighting on our maps several times before we were satisfied with the result. Next slide, please. Here is an example of the night in the abyss before adding light sources. And next slide. And after that, you can see here dynamic light sources. Another one important mechanic is a map of islands. There was no map in the first concept, but we wanted to give a feeling of a journey, so we needed a map or a big, beautiful, bright sign that appeared on the screen. You are enjoying a trip now. I chose map. The map has become an essential part of our game. Please, next slide. You can see the first concept. There was no map, only 3 islands. Next slide. It's the second concept. Very artsy craftsy. As you can see, here you already have a choice, but only one way. Yes, next slide, please. And here you can see the final map. Also, the map helped us to build new mechanics of rewards. You can choose a reward, you can choose your way, you can choose a challenge you want. The claim of this DLC is possibilities and variety. And Andrei is going to tell you more about the reward system now. Okay, Andrei, your word.
Okay. Hello, guys, once again. Can you please start my PowerPoint presentation?
Before we'll start your PowerPoint of your presentation in PowerPoint, can I maybe ask some questions from the chat? They maybe not be relevant to what we're talking about right now, but it's just some general questions from the people, and it's rude to keep people waiting. So give me a sec. Okay, my trust phone for this. So, Schneider, I hope I read this nickname right. My question is, how you guys deal with unit testing on this game? I can barely imagine how complex it is to develop this chain of testing. Of course, you can talk about mainly about the DLC side of things and some secret side of things that you worked on. But again, how did you dealt with testing and unit testing in general? Just a side question. Yeah, I know.
Who's gonna ask me
Anyone?
this? Not me. Ilya.
Okay, Ilya, freestyle. Okay, freestyle of English. Give me that.
I can answer that question. We've got a really like huge team of testers, so that was not a big problem for us. But the main problem is to test that part of our DLC, which is like integrating in main campaign, because when you test a standalone part of DLC, we can just start over and over, and it's not that big. We don't need to get through different chapters, so that's like not a rocket science. But when we test that part of DLC which implemented in the main campaign, it is really hard. Yeah. So our testers have a lot of save games, and they keep on loading them and start over and over in different chapters in order to just check all the possibilities, check all the cases that can appear in their way. So kind of that.
Thank you, Dmitry. My microphone it was disabled. Sorry. I just start speak back, but I sorry. Yes. Okay.
Okay, and another question, just a general one. Could you guys tell more about the general structure of your DLCs? It seems that you took it from Kingmaker, and what and why have you changed? So, in general, it's a question about we had a similar DLC to the Kingmaker, and we have like a brand new version of this for the Wrath of Righteous. What's like a main difference for the people who played in DLC from Kingmaker, but was not able to maybe play already into the new installment? Like, what the main difference for them you can mark in terms of structure, in terms of maybe gameplay, anything that you want? Let us
I
start
will.
with Andrei, maybe.
Andrei answers this question because in he presentation there is this question. Yes, I think if you just can wait 2-3 minutes.
Okay, let me then put your presentation on the screen. Give me a sec.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The presentation will help us to unveil some secrets and of under hood mechanics of the game.
Okay, you can
Okay.
go.
Yeah, I see. So, hello guys, once again. I may be rusty on my English skills, so please forgive me. So, once again, you can see the map of the DLC. You will see this map quite a lot when you play the game. As you know by now, our DLC is happening in the Midnight Isles. You will board a colossal ship, and you will travel through those islands. And once again, over and over, it will repeat. It's roguelike, but you will gain more and more unlockables, which will provide experience and good experience, I hope. So, as you can see on this map, there are skulls, and if Alexander puts next slide, I can.
Here you go.
Yeah, thanks. Well, small delay. So there are three kind of skulls: 1, 2, 3. We call them peril ratings, and peril rating shows how dangerous your adventure will be on this island at the given time. It doesn't guarantee that one skull will be super easy, but for most time it will be easier than two skulls. Sorry. So two skulls most of the times are harder than one, and three skulls are always harder than two and one. Um, so next slide, please.
Here you go.
Yeah, this is a reward system which I gonna tell you about now. In our DLCs, there are many rewards, and these rewards are gonna you're gonna end up seeing when you finish the isles. They are random, so and they are not bound by peril ratings. I mean that you can get like really cool reward on one school isle, and if you're lucky, of course, with our procedural generating system, and you can be also very unlucky if you really wanted that reward, and this expedition is on 3 skull isle, and you know that if you're gonna go there, you're gonna risk your run and you're gonna start over, and that's not gonna help. So when planning expeditions through isles, you should watch carefully which reward do you want, which will gonna be your boon in this build of characters that you made, and so on, so on. You at the screenshot at the moment you can see skeletal salesman. You probably always remember him from the main game. We reintegrated him into our DLC, and he plays part of a vendor in which you can forgot the word. Sorry. I mean, you can interact with him and sell him some items while you are inside expedition, because there are no other means of buying stuff and selling stuff while you are in the open sea. So you can only sell and buy stuff when you on the isles. So you either complete run with 5 isles, kill a boss, and then you sell stuff. Otherwise, there is no means of selling and buying something like potions, scrolls, if you forgot something, or you want to prepare for fight. And skeletal salesman also sells items with a discount. So it's quite rewarding type of reward. But it's a really simple one. It's just a vendor. Oh. Okay. Next slide, please.
Done.
Next type of rewards. It's our handcrafted by game designer Vladimir. Sorry. Valery. Those are made by Valery, and those are scrolls and potions of unusual effects. They are mostly gonna break the game if you bring them. I mean, they are totally gonna break the game balance if they was in the main game, but you will gain them only if you play standalone, not integration one. Sorry, guys, we are not going to put them in the main game. They are really balance breaking ones, but they're fun, and this is all the game about. It's about fun. As you can see, the potion one give you critical hits if you land a hit, so you don't need to confirm it. And before you make those attacks, you gain 5 bonus to armor class. That's probably quite a lot. And the scroll you see, it's gonna carry you to the next level if you are lucky to gain the scroll as a reward. And I think you need to put some protection from energy before you do so, or your character's ass is gonna blow.
I think the scroll explorer it's the best scroll in the game. I think I
No,
like this.
it
I
isn't
like this.
the best scroll, so it isn't spoiler.
Yes, I very like the scroll.
Of course.
Next
next
slide
slide,
is
please.
on.
Yep. Next set of mechanics is Tailwind. Tailwind is a boon reward, as it's not gonna. How do I say this? it's not gonna be immediately open when you start playing the game. I mean, you are not gonna see this as you choose your first characters, but it will unlock itself as soon as you reach fifth Island Isle. Sorry. Yeah, fifth Isle, and then when you fourth island. Okay, so
After four.
after fourth island, yes.
Yes.
Next time you die, or ask helmsman to retire your group for some reason, you will see this screen, and you can pick one buff which will increase some sort of your fighting capability, or some mechanic which will make your playstyle a little bit or more than a little bit different. Trust me, there are some strange and nasty stuff with these tailwinds we designed. So on the first slide, there is a crashing tailwind. It's a simple one which gives you for first level just one bonus damage. Pretty easy for bludgeoning damage weapons. So you can okay. Next one is a little bit complex, but still pretty easy. You just need to pick Cleric, Inquisitor, Oracle, or War Priest, and cast Divine Spells. So, and when you do so, those spells are gonna be empowered, and it's free empower on your spells. Not only damaging ones, but heals are also affected. They're divine. And with this tailwind, you're gonna build some kind of divine group of righteous wrath that can abolish every type of evil, and not only evil, everything. And next slide.
Give me a sec.
Okay.
Here you go.
And the third one is most complex of them. Like I said, this is just example of the tailwinds. There are more than that. Just that. It's like I think like 20 in the game tailwinds, maybe more. Don't remember exact info, and if I tell them, Ilya gonna fire me. Probably. I don't know. I'm not gonna risk it. This tailwind are gonna change as you play, so you will not damage yourself with AoE effects and can blast like Michael Bay through these aisles with explosions and stuff. Also gaining spell resistance, I think. Spell resistance when you do so. So it's pretty fun. We tested and it's really fun. Next slide, please.
Give me a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Done. Unfortunately, your face like blocking a little bit of information, but I hope it's okay. Just a little bit.
It's okay. It's okay. It's Everus and Toe. So next mechanic is Undertows. It's a mechanic of special buffs which are globally affect Isle which you visit. Those effects mostly negative for you, but here and there are exceptions from that. Like flying time and at all. It's gonna apply haste on every time you join combat. Everyone gonna be hastened, and all your enemies, your pets, everyone. And as the rounds come, pass by, I mean, you will get age counter, and if there are, and if your age edge count is greater than I think 6 or 11 at first, you will age, and you will gain bonuses and benefits and penalties from the rapid aging. Like your intelligence will go better. Will get better, and your strength will worsen. So your spellcasters by the end of the isle will gonna benefit from this more, and your martial melees gonna suffer. Yeah, they're gonna suffer. But it's fun. Wild Magic
Trust me,
Undertow.
guys, it's fun. Trust me. Just trust me. It's gonna be all good. I'm gonna give you my word. Guys, it's all gonna be okay. Just believe. It's gonna work.
Ilya, what?
No. I won't say this DLC about fun. Yes, there are many fun in our DLC.
Not only this DLC.
Challenge, fun and challenge.
Fun and challenge. Yeah. Wild Magic Undertow is another one which I like. This is most chaotic one, and you can expect some random shenanigans on the isles affected by it. Every time you cast a spell, if you are not, you're required to make a concentration check, and if you fail, Wild Magic Surge happens, and your spell fails, and there are more than 100 effects which are randomly chosen to happen with your spell. So you can heal your group with Cure Light Wounds, and you fail concentration, and then it kills your group. Sorry, with Whale of Bench.
Sorry, not sorry.
Which will happen in this DLC, and it's vice versa. The enemies can buff themselves with Divine Shield, Shield of Faith, and something like that, and he gonna power word kills himself, or cast a slow which affects everyone near him. This is fun, and you can probably protect yourself with protection from chaos, so it's not that hard to deal with it. So the
Next slide, I think.
no. The final word.
Okay.
Undertows. Undertows are gonna make your game experience a little bit random, and they are gonna give you fun times. Sometimes they're gonna hurt you, but pain is how does they say
No pain, no gain.
Yeah. They are fun. Next slide, please.
Okay. Done.
Okay, so when I told you about modifiers and undertows, one of them was Pirates of Bismara. That was originally my idea, and it was just modificator which gave you some stuff for attack and damage, but it was about pirates. After decisions which I made, that modificator became its own setting with a mini quest, and which you're gonna complete when you play the game, or you can not complete it, but trust me, it's gonna be better if you do so. It's a really nice reward for completing this quest. And each time you see an isle with skulls and bones, you're gonna meet Bismarian pirates. Next slide, please.
Yep. Done.
Bismarian pirates are really just humanoids without some crazy stuff like huge stats or something like that. They are weak. I think they are weakest army in our DLC, but there is always but. At this DLC, Bismara watches over them, and every time you slay a pirate, he dies, and Bismara starts to hate you more for doing this, and his comrades gonna get stronger. The more you kill them, the more stronger they get, and killing far too many of them gonna result in really high numbers in their attack and damage rolls. So you need to watch out. And when you complete the quest, Bismara starts to look on another plane. Or the debuff is you're not gonna, when you complete the quest, you're not gonna meet them once again.
Ever again, maybe.
Yeah, ever again. Yeah. So you get rid of them, and the reward. I'm not gonna spoil it. What it deal or what it does, but it will improve your consequent runs by a lot. And look at this screenshot of the game. Yes, this one. It's a really example of how our art team managed to put the lights on the night. It's really
In
beautiful.
night view, how it was
Yeah,
lighted by our artist to help you to understand what's happening, because if it be going only night, it's going to be hard for players, for developers, for everyone to understand what's happening, what do I need to do, and so on and so on. As Ilya previously showed, there is a big difference between. Okay, let me for a second do this. Yep, just for a second. There is a big difference between when there is no light in some cavern, or maybe in some corridor. As you saw, you can see anything and no details, just nothing. But just with a little bit of light, it adds a lot of flavor. It became more comfortable for players to understand what's happening, what they need to do, what they need to find, and so on. So let me switch again. Let me switch back. As you can see here, light rules everything in terms of game like CRPG. Of course, in other games too, but in CRPG, it's one of the most important things that you need to do right for people to understand, to feel the game in a way that you want. Am I right?
Yeah, light is
Good.
your best friend, especially in the abyss. So next slide. I'm gonna tell you about your ship. There are
Yeah.
there are
You
early concepts which our art team made. So at the start, the ship looked like a ship, normal ship with some skulls and a face of some crazy monster. But that wasn't enough. Ilya is the one who made this ship looks like this. So next slide.
Oh, you show ship, yes. Yes.
Yeah. I show ship.
Done. You can
Yeah.
next slide.
Next iteration was the ship transforming itself into more like a beast than a ship, with bones and muscles and wings-like shapes, winged-like shapes, and my favorite here is 11. It's I don't know what to compare it with animals, but it's
It looks like some strange fish from the underneath the sea, like a really deep fish that you maybe
yeah,
saw in
yeah.
some nightmares or horrors. Yeah, all of them look like that, but 11th and what 8th variants are like the very definition of nightmare fuel.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
like 10. I like 10. It's like sled.
it's landing strip.
Yes.
It's not
Uh,
air carrier.
Next slide, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Here you go.
Here we go. So on the left, this is almost the final version of the ship. At the slide, you can see two versions. Ship with the how do I say
Wings.
wings? Yes, wings, and with closed wings and open wings, so, which it can use to travel on the Midnight Isles. And on the right, you can see the steering wheel. Steering wheel, I think that's the right word. And if you can zoom on the right portion of the presentation.
I don't think I can. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. There is a person, small one, really small one, and you can see those small people on the left side too. This is actual in-game scale of the ship and your characters. This ship is huge. It's really huge. And you're gonna when you gonna play the game, you will board the ship and you're gonna uncover some mystery stuff and others. Um, maybe secrets about it, but I'm not gonna spoil. It's gonna. There is. How do I say that? There is. No, it's spoiler. Sorry, I can't.
No spoilers here, yeah.
Yeah,
It's only like a third day of the DLC, so it's too early to spoil the whole thing. Some people
it's
are
really
still
hard.
playing. Yeah, it's really hard to not to. I suppose it's true. Next slide, I think.
Yeah, it's a final one.
It's a final one. Okay. Okay, then let me switch. Give me a sec. And here we go. So, guys, let us maybe take a pause for a hot minute. In the meantime, I will gathering questions from the chat that people asked while Andrei and Ilya talked. I will gather these questions and I will remember what kind of questions people from our Discord server asked. So we will go for our viewers. We will go on a pause for like 5 minutes, something like that. And then we'll come back with answering questions from the chat and from the Discord server. And then our last guest, Dmitry, will show his stuff. There will be no presentations. There will be 2 cool videos that he sent me like in the last minute. Right, Dmitry? No joke. I got those videos when I think translation already started. So there could be some technical difficulties in letting them going live. So just bear with me, bear with us. We will do this. We'll push through this. So yeah, for now, just 5 minutes of the pause. Then we will answer your questions, and then our last guest. All good, all good. And pause. And I think we're back. I hope. I genuinely hope that we are live. And let
Yeah.
us like that, yes. And let us speak from our hearts. Let us answer your questions that were asked firstly when the stream was going. Some questions from the chat and some prepared questions from our Discord server that some of our users asked beforehand. So, just a simple question first. I have a question for the current DLC from Shinasire. What is a tooth chest? I've played it for the 5 hours, but I couldn't find what that's for. I've asked on Reddit also. I've asked on Reddit also, and seems that nobody also found out. So yeah, tooth chest. What's it all about?
I can answer
Uh,
that question. Oh, Ilya, if you want.
chest, yes.
Yeah. Tooth
I,
chest. Yeah.
I think I think it's a second chest in a ship.
Yep.
Yes.
On a ship.
Yes,
Yeah. Second chest on the ship.
Vendor.
Yeah.
I think it's spoiler. Sorry. I
No.
think.
No, it's a vendor, merchant.
No, to chest, not vendor. Yes, I understand. But
Yeah.
okay, it's no narrator chest. How I can say this? Just play in DLC and you understand why you need this chest.
So it's mostly a thing that people on Reddit or people person who asked this question just was never able to find out why it's here and for what. But they will later down the line in the DLC. Am I right?
Yes, it's a story chest.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Another simple question. Mostly, I think I will answer. But this deals from Ogara. Jesus Christ, I hope I read this right. I'm sure this is answered somewhere. But is this DLC separate from the main game, or you can visit it during the Crusade? Not during the Crusade, but in our main campaign there will be, correct me if I'm wrong, 3 entry points for this DLC on the third act, fourth act, and fifth act. Every time you enter, you can complete one map at a time, or if you enter at like maybe fifth act, you can go through them all like at one go. But yeah, there will be some story here, some plot. So if in a roguelike there will be you just go through the one time after another just for the gameplay, but when you play it in the main campaign, you would be able to uncover some interesting thing about the main, not the main story maybe, but just there is a plot in this DLC for the main campaign. So yeah, you can play it in your main campaign, and some interesting things will be there, and some familiar faces. Let me put it like that. I can't spoil who precisely is gonna be there, but you will see some person, I would say, a very cool character from the main campaign in here. And next question, and it's I think it's for all of you. Were there any interesting design tricks in the DLC, like with Citizen Boulder? You go. Andrew, get a mic.
Yeah. Okay. I can answer this. Yeah, of course. There are some design tricks which we make to make something to work. And sometimes we make it so we make it work not as I think.
You can say this word in Russian, I will help you. Let us be clear here. Don't be shy.
There are invisible mobs at our locations in this DLC.
Yeah, we were talking about this on a break. I think we can say what kind of mobs are invisible on the map. It's cats. A
Yeah.
lot of cats.
Kittens.
Kittens.
We
Oh
have
yeah,
invisible
kittens.
kittens. Yeah.
It's kittens.
Invisible
we have
kittens strikes again.
yeah, invisible kittens, and every time you die from undertow, there is a chance that you died just from invisible kitten. You won't, you can't target them. You will not find them, but no, they are there. They are there. Sorry.
So, if I'm getting this correctly, those kittens are used to put those undertones in the game in terms of how it works under the hood. So those undertones are basically invisible kittens who aid you, who hit you, and so and so and so. Just the player doesn't see them, can't target them, and so and so on. Right?
In some
Not
cases.
in some cases.
In some cases.
Kittens are mostly array effects.
Okay. Next question is quite similar, if I remember correctly. What are the most interesting things for you in developing the game and DLCs, and what do you like when playing in it? So I think when we all love everything when we play in our game and DLC, but what is your favorite thing to develop to work on? Let us start with Dmitry this time.
Of course, as a level designer, I like to create locations. But also, when we create locations, we like very much to, give some story through some tips in our location. I mean, through some environment. Um, Also, as level designers, we are making cutscenes, and this is one of our favorite part in this project. So uh, I think that's one of the most beautiful part of our job. Um, Also, everyone I think here likes only the idea that we are making the projects like this, making the games themselves. So uh, perfect, I think.
Mhm. Okay. I think we all can answer to this question because
Yeah, we
if
just one by
speaking.
one. I was just starting with Dmitry, and then let us move to you, Ilya. If you like, grab
Yes,
the mic.
thank you.
So you know, fast, so hard. So yeah, what is your favorite thing about working on the game, like or on DLC? What is your favorite part of the job? What do you like the most?
Okay, first it's spoiler, and I cannot answer this. But second, I very like map. I speak about this in my presentation. Yes, map. It's a very fun place. Yes, I like boons in our game, and I think one or maybe two modifiers. Yes, I like quest Bismarits, and I like our bosses in game, but
So
I cannot
yeah, mini
say.
bosses on the end of the map, and final
No,
boss.
mini boss and big boss,
Yeah,
big boss.
final boss. Yeah.
Final one.
Okay, and the last one is Andrew. Andrew, let me say Andrew. What is your
Andrew
favorite
and
part of
Rainbow.
the working on the game, on the DLC? You can talk about the third DLC, or you can just say anything in general. What do you like or maybe don't like in DLC or game design? Like, what do you
Uh,
like?
yeah,
Creating
yeah.
new spells, new items, anything?
As game designer, it's everything. I like to create content, and it's not. It doesn't matter what I create. A mob, an item, a spell, or I design something that I encountered like 5 years ago when I GM at Pathfinder for my group, and since that time, I remember a lot of cool stuff which happened to my friends, and they had a great time playing the game. And this experience really helped me to bring the design to increase improve my design in everything that I do. I items which you find in the DLC. Some of them are made from my memory, and they were part of the game in which I took part. Some of the monsters, some of the mechanics like wild magic, undertow, and haste isle. Those parts are from my game mastering experience, which I recuperated and integrated inside the game. And by most fun thing for me is to look at the wall project as the game when the stuff finally starts to work. When you combine a lot of new mechanics, random mob generation, new loot, new boons, everything, and once it happens to be together and starts to work, it's for me best experience, and it's really fun.
So, if I'm getting this correctly, this is just a wet dream of every game master of D&D, Pathfinder, or Creator, whatsoever, to
Yeah,
play something with your party and then recreate it in a video game and
and make it alive.
yeah, and force other people to play it too. Yeah, good one.
Yeah.
Another question, and if I remember correctly, this question is kind of related to spoilers, but question from Agent Seed 101. Does the ship flies or floats in the DLC 3? Is it a spoiler? I don't remember.
No,
Or
no.
you don't?
Just bullets, but these wings help it to sail. You know,
So
they're
he
not.
floats, but just with wings. Just
Yeah,
wings used for rowing and so on.
yeah. They're just like
Okay.
sails. You know.
So basically, we put wings because we thought it looks cool. Just because we like wings.
Probably.
Okay, any other questions? Can we talk about next season of DLCs? Will we have another 3? I will take it if you don't mind. Yep. Season pass, season two of season passes. God damn it, is already happening. Those guys are already working on them. We can't spoil too much about what is it in the future. But I think on our next stream with lead of narrative of DLCs, I think we could unveil a little bit information about what is gonna happen next. But for now, yeah, just information. Our game director of the main campaign, Alexander Mishulin, spoiled it in some interview back, I think, summer, something like that. We wanted to make a big secret out of it, but he just like, hey, journalist, yeah, we will have a second season of DLCs. Cool, nice. So now we are here. Yeah, second season is suddenly happening. If you this person is Nietzsche1313 also asked about Through the Ashes story. It will have a continuation. It's the thing that I can say for 100%. This is not the last time you see Sindri. I know this is interesting thing to say, but yeah, not the last time. But there will be other DLCs in the future. Yeah, something like that. Any other questions? Yep. This question about the second DLC. What kind of troubles do you had when you were creating a DLC about low level group? It's about the second level, about the second DLC, because there we played only like on first four, maybe I think 4 or 5 levels. What kind of troubles do you had? What kind of maybe things you was need to overcome? Because most of the time Wrath of Righteous is epic fantasy and the second DLC is a low level fantasy. So yeah, maybe Ilya or anyone else can answer on what kind of troubles do you had when you were creating the second DLC.
Okay, I think yes, I can answer. It's a really good question, and finally someone asked me about this. So we had some difficulties. We have recreated the balance, gold balance, loot balance, experience balance. Created new methods of killing enemies. I count each coin. It was important for me that weapons which has always been trash started having some value. Yes, that was difficult but fun for us.
Okay,
And
next
when
question.
we
Wait,
when we
sorry.
created when we created when we created new ways to kill strong enemies, we the most the big problem was to make it work in both in in tactic mode and in real time mode. So that was the problem too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was challenge, yes.
Yeah, and next question is just about that. Traps. There is a lot of traps in the second DLC, and the question is, are they like balanced around the real-time response or tactical based combat? Like balanced around, do you create, I know, zones and maps around those traps, and where like a player meant to use them in what kind of mode, or do they balanced about around both of them?
It's a very short answer because there is a rule in our company. We make all the mechanics for real time and TBM. Traps, the current DLC are no exception.
Mhm.
Yes, we doing this to both. Yes, the TBM and real mode, real time.
Okay. Quite simple question. It was asked before the DLC was released, so some people already know the answer, but still. Are there any new enemies in the DLC 3 that were never encountered in Kingmaker or in Wrath of Righteous or in the previous DLCs? Any new stuff, any new creatures, monsters, any type of enemy?
I can answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. There are dozens of new monsters which we designed and made for you to battle with. I not gonna spoil. Yeah, I'm in spoiler mood today. Sorry, guys. What I can say is you're gonna find at low levels one enemy which counts as undead and outsider.
At the same
And
time.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Next question.
it's a low level monster.
The next question is about mechanics of some spells. Will be there some spells that used to reveal some maybe chests or maybe to skip some maybe not islands but skip some parts of the map to go through it faster. Like I use spell X on this door, or I use spell Y on this part of the map, and chest appears. So any fan mechanics like this in the new DLC? Yay or nay?
Maybe yes, maybe no. There are some
What do you
secrets
mean?
in this. there are some secrets in this DLC, and answering to these questions can be spoiler.
Okay, if there some mechanics like this, just wing me once or twice. Just is there anything for people to find? Do they need to click like madmen with spells on every part of the map, or do they need to be more specific? Just a little bit of information, just a little bit. Don't afraid they will
Yes.
not eat you.
Look for Andrei. Yes.
God damn it.
Next question.
Okay.
I was blinking.
Good one. I saw it, but you alerted others, but I saw it. You're a good man. The last question from the our Discord server is there any good or lawful enemies in DLC 3, like in terms of alignment?
I will ask that. Sorry, but no, an abyss is an chaotic and evil place, and the game is mostly about good guys, which are not always good. They may be evil ones, but they fight the evil. So evil guys may be fighting evil for the reasons unknown. And in this DLC, it's mostly for you fight evil and some chaotic neutral characters which wear hats and say yeah,
Like pirates, yeah, pirates. Okay, this is the last question for now. Right now, we will give the mic to our last guest, Dmitry, and then after this, I will screenshot a lot of new questions from the chat, and we will answer them too. And then I think we will wrap it up. So yeah, Dmitry, as you remember, you sent me your stuff quite late, so something can go horribly wrong. So be aware. Give me a sec.
I think it will be okay. So let me
I
start.
hope it will be okay. Okay, let's do this, and let me start your first video. Eh?
So
Okay.
I would like to begin from some general things. As you know, our new DLC continues.
Give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'm trying to put
Okay.
it on. It's
guys, for
harder
your
than you think.
information, we with Ilya didn't see the video too.
Okay.
I can begin without it.
We problem with video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give me a sec.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. No tactic mode, just TBM. I just it was a question in the chat.
Okay, give me a sec. Okay, I will do some stupid hack, and I'm sorry for it. Okay. Okay.
It's just a background video, so I can start without it.
Give me a sec. I am finishing my genius hack. I will just show the whole screen and hope it will work. Brilliant idea all around it. And let us go, I think. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can go. You can start.
Okay, so as I said, all of you know that our DLC continues some ideas of DLC for Kingmaker. Of course, I mean Beneath the Stolen Lands. But this time we decided and we tried to make everything bigger and better. And one of our main goals was to give our plays more variety in all aspects. And there was some questions in chat about what's uh, the biggest difference between Beneath the Stolen Lands and our DLC, and in my opinion, it's variety. So it is in all aspects, in combats, in rewards, and of course in the locations themselves. So together with our artists, we have created many cool settings. And selected the best ones. We also decided that we would create not only the usual dungeons with the rooms and corridors and something stuff like that. So we created several settings with open spaces. Despite all the difficulties of generating some such locations, um, so the one more thing that provides variety in our DLC is modifiers, which Andre uh, told you about.
Okay.
And
So your first video is ended. If
And,
you want to know.
you can turn on the second one. Yeah,
Okay, give me a sec.
and I'll begin to
I will
speak
do
about
this.
our generation. So now we will share with you some secret footage of process generated locations.
It started.
Yeah. For each setting, we created a separate set of generation rules, and you can see how much elements it contains. And each of these sets is a huge number of elements which contains more rules where they can spawn and where they cannot. And after that, we determine some various parameters of the location, like size, or its elevation changes, and so on. And then from the already one location generated locations, we just select the better ones, and that's all. Generating encounters is another thing, different. It's not connected. It doesn't connect it with generating locations themselves. And I think that's all in this part. Okay. I'd like to tell you now about the integration. There was also some questions in the chat. Of course, you can. Play this DLC not only like separate way. You can play it with your commander character, and so there are. We created some different ways to start it. That was because we pay more. We decided to pay more attention to the integration of DLC into the main game. So if you play DLC on its own, you'll get more variety, more new mechanics, and more hours of gameplay. Yeah, that's a fact. But however, if you play this DLC with your commander character, you'll get more plot content, I think, and some moments will have how to say maybe different meaning, because For example, such as the appearance of one important character. Alexander was talking about this. I cannot talk about this character, but I can tell you that your commander is already familiar with this character, so it will be different. Their meeting will be different in DLC when it's like standalone, and in DLC when you play it with commander.
So yeah, the
And
story, the DLC and the story of this, if I'm getting this correctly, will play out differently depending on how do you play, as a separate mode or as a something that you do in your main campaign. Am I getting this correctly? Right?
yeah, of course. And
Nice.
I would like to say that if you don't know how to start your DLC with your commander, and if you are already in, for example, third chapter or higher, you can just wait, and someone will visit you in your throne room. So there are no some uh, special ways to start it. Yeah.
We adding tutorial to next patch about this. And
Yeah, we heard some that some people have had some trouble with understanding core mechanics. Not only core mechanics, but where is the vendor? Where do I get some mercenaries and so on? So some tutorials will be adding. And do you know anything about expected time of arrival of this patch for tutorial and some and everything else? Maybe next what? Or you can say it for now, or you can. Or you can't. Or you can.
Mm,
Ilya, can
I
you?
mm, I think yes.
Next week? No?
I think yes. I think next week, maybe to Monday, maybe. Mm,
Well, don't give a
yeah, okay,
specific.
next week. Next week.
Don't give a specific day. It can always some things can change. So I think just a rough estimate of next week is a good enough thing for now. It always can like transfer to 2 days or 3 days later than Monday, because Monday is a hard day to roll out new changes or new updates for the game. Okay, let me see about some questions in the chat. This is a good question from our all-time favorite Discord user. Give me a sec. Yeah. So, lads, questions about design. Why the head of person whose name starts with N? It's looks so close to the head, no, not the head, hairstyle of Nocticola. So, person that starts on N. Do you understand who are they
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?
I can
So,
understand.
why is similarities
It-
with Nocticola? Why?
It's
it-
coincidence.
Coincidence? Nothing
Yeah,
more?
with big N. Coincidence.
Just coincidence.
Yes.
Okay, wing me again if it's not. Just do it. God damn it, okay.
He has some
Okay.
flashbacks with her.
It's good version.
I'm fighting. I'm not
It-
blinking.
It's funny version, but
Okay, so I think for now there is no questions about the about the DLC. Some questions about Kingmaker. For the questions like this, you can always join our Discord where me and my colleague community managers also talk with people all the time. You can ask questions like this. But for now, I think it's a wrap. We were streaming for hour and a half. It's I think a perfect time for end it all. Thank you all for coming. Thanks to our guest for coming. It was nice to see you first time in flesh, to present you to our players for the first time. I really hope it's not the last time, and I think there will be some occasions in the future when we will be able to come again. Maybe in next month, maybe. If you like the format, if you want to do this again, people in the chat can write us. If you you can DM me in Discord if you really want to. Yeah, nickname Malal, as you can see. If you want to some more streams with devs, I think there will be a lot of occasions for us to show our DLC team, and it's not only the DLC team, but I think we will talk about this a little bit later. All good, all good. So let us give every single one of you, our precious guests, some time to say your final words, and then I will turn it off and cry about it for like 5 hours. Ilya, let's go. And you must not blink until the very end of the stream.
Okay, I just read chat. You can repeat, please.
You was reading the chat. Okay. Your final words.
Yes.
Your final words before we end.
Okay. Thank you. It's was great meet. It's very funny. I like this. Yes, and we hear you. We look and look community feedback. Yes, and we work about this. And I think we meet again. Till next time. Thank you.
Andrew, what about you?
It was a big pleasure to meet you guys and girls, and Pathfinders. Play our games. We will make them only better. Believe in us. Believe in us.
And Dmitry.
I'll just continue that thought. So I think, yeah, we will make these games only better and better. And yeah, we really, really pay attention at your feedback, at your reviews, for example. And yeah, we cannot tell you everything about our work because it's like forbidden information. But yeah, we really do it. We really try to make it better. Yeah.
Yep, it's all true. We all of us, every single member of the team read most of the reviews, most of the feedback on Discord, on Steam, on Reddit. We saw that something maybe went not so well as we hoped about, but there is a lot of room for improvement. But we're gonna fill this room with a lot of improvement. Every single next DLC is gonna be better and better, mostly because of your feedback, or mostly thanks for your passion for the game, that you report every single thing that you don't like. Sometimes very intensely, but it's all good. We understand. It's a cool thing to see such passion from our audience, and we only hope to continue to deliver. And our next season pass, I think, is gonna prove it in a big way, right, guys?
Of course.
Right?
Yes.
Nice.
Of course.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, it's a wrap for now. I will turn on pause screen just for the YouTube for a minute or two, because if you missed some part of the stream, it will put it on YouTube later this week, and yeah, that's it. It's gonna be on YouTube later on the next week. All good. So yeah, goodbye, guys. Say your goodbyes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Wave a
everyone.
hand or something. Don't be a robot. Wave a hand.
Goodbye, everyone.
Nice. Finally. And that's it. Thank you for coming. And see you next time. And here.
Thank you.
Пока.
Thank you.